This evening, I'm going to share about five-element practice. So that's practice is very important practice, and also in my daily practice in the morning sections. So I would like to talk first the sources of the five-element practice and how to say using the five-element practice, and also after that we are going to do a little bit of practice, maybe for a few minutes. So first of all, we should know about it. This the five-element practice, where it come from. Actually, five-element is like not, everywhere, right? So thus this not like belongs to Tibet. This not belongs to India, or this not belongs to America. But just we're talking about the form of the practice is come from Bon. So Bon is the most people, I think you did not hear about Bon. How many people hear about Bon? Raise hand. About what? About Bon. B-O-N. But not French word bonjour. So I'm saying yes about Bon, B-O-N. Do you know about it? Where it come from? What is that? Yes, exactly, yes. Actually, Bon is the sources or origin of Tibet religious and the culture. Historically, it is very, very long time. And probably you cannot imagine about it, 18,000 years ago. So Bon is started the Tomba Shenrab. Tomba Shenrab is the founder of the Bon. Also, who created, about practice this five-element practice. So he's our founder of Bon, and Bon is historically 18,000 years old. And also this practice, five-element practice, also 18,000 years old. That is like antique. I think very expensive, right? So anyway, so actually, the Tomba Shenrab, who is the founder of the Bon, he taught many different teachings. Actually, number 3. First one is the path of renunciation. And the second one is path of transformation. And the third one, number 3, is the path of liberation. So this is the main 3 categories or main 3 paths. So according, all these 3 paths have five-element practice. Which is the first one is renunciation path, means literally sometimes people using sutra. And transformation path is like tantra. And the renunciation, liberation path, the third one, which is we say Dzogchen. Maybe many people you heard about Dzogchen, right? Great perfection. So that is this is very famous in the West, especially. I know that. So many people didn't know about the really renunciation path, but they hear that about Dzogchen. Oh, that is great, right? So anyway, what I'm saying here, the five-element practice, according in the sutra also, in the tantra also, and the Dzogchen also. But today we're going to just like generally how to do practice about the five-element practice. So that's what is five elements? Here's like a image. That is not five elements. This is like a origin Tibetan text. Actually, five-element practice in this scripture but different language. So this is the first image. Not that one also. Actually, this one, the essence or syllables of the 5-element practice, which is first one, ah. You repeat, ah. Yum. Ram. Mum. Come. That is 5-element practice syllables. Which you're talking about, first one is the space. Space element, or we say ah. And third one is the yang, which is the wind element. Yes, yang. And second is wind, right? Second is wind, the green one. And third one is ram, which is the fire element. And the fourth one is blue, which is the water element. And, sorry, I'm not really good at the technologies. So the fifth one is earth, or come. The colors are the same. Space is white, wind is green, red is fire, blue is water, and yellow is earth. So this is syllables about how to come, which is like essences. So now, what we should know now, just think about what is 5 elements. We know that's this like water or earth or space, right? That's actually outer elements. Just we see or you feel that, outer elements. If we say there's like a element, there's like a outer element, inner element, secret element, extremely secret elements. That is very, very important. Because all the time, depending that 5 elements. Inner 5 elements depending to the outer 5 elements. Outer 5 elements, inner 5 elements, all the time together. If sometimes outer space something problems, maybe inner your space 5 element also problem. That's just practice about it, how to do. Just I would like to give one example. For example, space element. What is space? Just this is space? Right? So sometimes we say just sky. We can see what is the sky. Just sky. Then what? Inner space, what is that? Consciousness. Or we say, mind or consciousness, sorry. I think that's similar, but Tibetan words is the very same thing. Mind is consciousness, is very, very similar. That's why consciousness. And also the color is the white. Okay, I'm going to, according these things. And the end talking about the 5 poisons. Also our anger, connected very much about the space. And where's the locations? Where's the space? In the heart. Heart is the location of our space. Heart is the location of the view. Literally, the view, we're talking about the space. Also, we usually saying, what is your view? What do you see there? Right, that's what we're talking about. Where is it? The location is your heart. And the wisdoms talking about the extremely 5 elements. The first one is emptiness wisdom. The emptiness wisdom and outer space, inner mind combined or together, that is the non-duality. That is non-duality. Also, this conference name also like science and non-duality, but Tibetan would say nisamepa. Nisamepa means unseparable. Outer space, inner mind, emptiness wisdom. Just the same single. if you know really, if you deeply practice, just one, united all of the three things. If you do not understand where is the space, then there's a problem. Everything, most problems bring in that space. Like every people is doing many like stories, bring that space. Maybe the stories about within families, maybe the stories about within your children, maybe the stories within your boyfriend or girlfriend, I don't know. Whatever, all that stories making your crazy mind. Because the crazy mind never can make space. All the times there's something problem. Just deeply, just know, you just think about yourself. What I'm doing this practice about the space element practice, I'm not asking others. If you ask others, probably you not get that answer. All the time, when you want space there, just ask yourself. Ask yourself and listen yourself. Sometimes like stillness, silence, spaciousness. This is the main practice in the space. You understand what I'm saying? Yes? Yes. Thank you. If you say yes, thank you. If you say, I say, So anyway, when you want that space, that's very important, right? So how to do? Where you get that space? Who making that space? Who producing that space? Which company is that space? Like maybe like I don't know, maybe corporate, there's lots of different factories, right? Like Apple or Facebook or something, Google, or everything is there. Probably you can make that space from here or not. You should, anyway, I'm a little bit joking about it. But, so anyway, the important thing is like just listen yourself, look at yourself, trying to find yourself. That is one key. When you do not find that space, that's one key. Just closing your eyes, listen yourself. Do not too much talk yourself, okay? Just listen yourself. Just few seconds. When you find that space, the location in your heart, then automatically, spontaneously, sorry, thank you. No. Sure. Yes, of course, yeah. Spontaneously, you can find all that 5 elements from that space. It's okay. Just leave it. It's okay. That's fine, thank you. You can find all that 5 elements that your space. For example, the Dzogchen teaching, great perfection teaching, which is the highest teaching of the Bon tradition and also Tibetan tradition. It says, all that 5 elements from your heart to projecting front of you. What do you think about it? That's amazing. A great master, Dzogchen master, his name is Sherza Tashi Jamsen. He is a great Dzogchen master. Also, he became rainbow body. Rainbow body means end of his life to disappear in the lights. That means like rainbow body. Anyway, he became rainbow body after when he was end of his life. And also he mentioned about this 5 element practice. He says, when you make space in your heart, all the lights, 5 elements, talking about especially like inner 5 element, the 5 colors, projecting to the space. Sometimes you open your eyes, you can see front of you the five elements there. In my opinion, very interesting thing, for example, the science trick also. One time I was learning about science in South India, and most teachers from America and Canada or from Europeans. And one time we are learning about colors, like colors. And the science teacher, I don't know, that's really, I don't know exactly, but all the colors not really there in front of you. Because if there's like darkness, if you go to the darkness place, maybe, first of all, there's like a colors. You open your eyes, there's like a yellow, red, white, or, this blue or something, that's just colors. But if you turn off the lights, there's darkness. But when there's darkness, there's no colors. That is amazing. Because when turn on the lights, you can see there's lights. You can see there's lights. I mean, there's like colors. Who making that lights? Where come from that five element lights? Say, from your heart. I know this is, a little bit complicated subject, but it's from your heart. The reason, the logically, like a Dzogchen teaching, there's like a toggle practice. You know toggle practice? Textual practice? Like main two things. Texture means cutting through. Toggle means like kind of like jumping practice or something like that. So during the toggle practice, just silence or making posture your body and gazing the space. Just space there. Look at the space, then there's like a lot of different drops. Drops means like tigli. So Tibetan we say tigli, but maybe in English drops, right? Drops, drop,
Like drop of rain?
Yeah, kind of. Drop of rain, but like just circles. Talking about five element circles. But you just opening your eyes, you can see in front of you. That is projecting from your heart too many different colors in front of you. That is like one reason where the five elements existed. You understand? One thing. Okay, I'm also one thing. Where come from that five elements? The origin. For example, our body, where come from? Did you ask yourself? Did you ask your body? Yes? Just you ask yourself, where you come from? Where you come from? Just ask yourself, your body. Your body says, I'm come from your five element practice. I'm come from your five element. And you say again, okay, then where do you living now? Your body say, I'm living on the five element. And also finally, you ask your body, where you go? Where you go? I'm going to go to the five element. That's like I talk about rainbow body. Rainbow body means we come from the rainbow, living in the rainbow, or dissolving in the rainbow. That's talking about that one. Become rainbow body means like this is main goal of this practice. You understand? Dzogchen practice means that one. Great perfection, liberation practice. Liberation means do not do anything about it. Just leave it as it is. That is the Dzogchen. What comes rise, Whatever rises, whatever emotions comes, negative emotions, positive emotions, actually, when rise, all of them in front of you, do not too much judge. You do not ask that comes emotions. If you ask to your emotions, they make problems. That emotions are just really wild animal. Maybe sometimes the emotions kill you. Sometimes the emotions interrupt you, distract you. Isn't it? Yes. That's our life, The most time when that difficult situations, all the time, most people is thinking, why is coming? What that emotions come? What that difficult feelings come front of me? Most people is asking and again talking when emotions come front of you, asking, where you come from? What? They're making bigger and bigger and bigger. So what I'm saying here is when that emotions come, when that difficult situation, for example, your relationship with your friends, maybe your children, maybe your husband, or maybe your wife, maybe your parents, whatever, when that something emotions comes, at that times, trying to leave it in the space. It means self-liberation. And most people is also doing like that, renunciation path. It's very complicated. Very complicated. The way of the sutra practice. When that emotions comes, okay, I don't want to touch it. That's very dangerous. I don't want to touch it. Then again come, because you are thinking something there. You are making that is the big, the emotions. Emotion know that already. Okay, he's maybe afraid. Maybe she is afraid. I want to go. What, just trying to. You understand what I'm saying here? So that's why renunciation path is difficult. I mean, just temporary is okay, but, transformation path also okay, but a little bit difficult. But more important thing is just leave it. Whatever comes, just leave it as it is. That is the main key of Dzogchen practice. Just leave it as it is, main key. It's difficult, yes, I know. Even sometimes you cannot find yourself, right? If you cannot find yourself, you cannot find your space. The first element. Where are you now? Did you find yourself? I'm asking, did you find yourself? Sure. What is that? What is that? What I'm saying here, what is yourself? Do you understand? Where you're from means you find yourself means I'm not talking about, okay, I find my name is Susan. Okay, I find my name is Michael. I'm Michael. I'm Susan. I'm Meg. Or I'm Breck or something. That's like different names, right? The people, different names. So, for example, her name is like Alice, right? Alice, right? Sorry. Sorry, Alice. So what I'm saying here is, who are you means, I'm Alice, I'm from America, or I'm from California, I'm living here. I'm not talking about that one. That's not my question. That's not my question. The teaching term in the Buddhist, there's like two truths, you know that? Ultimate truth and relative truth. Ultimate, I'm talking about really ultimate truth. Or really, the nature of yourself. Okay, there's the words. Nature of yourself. What I'm talking about, did you find your nature? When you find your nature, there's nothing problems. You understand? You really during the practice, the more problem is that one. When you find your self-nature of the space, nature of the fire, nature of the wind, nature of the earth, nature of the water, all the time within you, but you are not looking your natural 5 elements. Most time, like just conditions, just looking behind there, within thoughts, within emotions, with conception minds. All the time, they're making something. That makes sense? Okay. So anyway, what I'm saying here is, first of all, find yourself, which is the space in your heart. That's main important. When you find that space, then no problem. That 5 elements, A, Yam, Ram, Mam, Kam. For example, just also we're going to talk a little bit about that one. And the Yang, which is the wind, and also the connected with your breath, inner is breath. The color is the green. And also your pride, the emotion comes, I'm the best. There's a big ego there, talking about 5 big egos. Anger, pride, desire, jealousy, and delusion, or sometimes English we say ignorance. That's like 5 egos, right? So just one line, right? Yang, green, and also the the location is the lungs, and equanimity, wisdom, and the direction is north, and the Ram, which is the red elements, color is the element is fire, and the 5 inner 5 is like a warmth, no cold. Warmth all the time to bring there's like warmth. Color is red, and the position, desire, poisons, right? Poisons, desire, and the location is liver, and the wisdom is discriminating wisdom, and the location is the west, and Ram, which is the water elements, water, and also connected very much about our blood. And the color is the blue, and the emotion is the jealousy, and the location is the Kenis, and the wisdom is accomplishing wisdom. The direction is the south, and the Kam, which is the earth, and the inner element is the flesh, and the 5, the color is the yellow, and the poisons, which is connected with very much about delusion, and the spleens. And the wisdom is like mirror like wisdom, and the direction is like earth. And also there's like 5 pictures below the picture. That's like talking about the 5 element mudras. So I think no need necessary to talk about this today. And so this is the 5 element, how our body connected about the 5 element practice, 5 element. So do you remember the locations? 5 organs, right? The center is the heart. From the heart to divide channels. 4 channels goes to each locations. The lungs, or 2 lungs, or 2 kidneys, and the spleen, and the kidney, the different locations divide the channel. So if you do practice about this 5 element practice inner, you feel that also. How go through your body, inside your body, where's your channels. Even you deeply practice, you can see the colors also. The channels, I'm talking about the channels. You know channel, right? Inside the channels, 5 channels. The main channel is at the heart. From the heart channel is white. From the heart, divided white, blue, green, red. From the heart, 4 channels just divided to the organs. Then when you something, five element practice is very, profound practice. Like how to say, sometimes if you have something problems, maybe with your lungs, maybe your kidneys, maybe your what, your spleens or something, whatever you, even in the organs. At that times, also try to do practice about the fire element to send all that energies to that location. Sometimes do not have enough that energy of the locations, 5 locations in your organs, because they not charge. For example, your cell phones, phone, right? Phone, but there's no charge, do not work, right? It's the same thing, but you can try to charge, bring from outside. The space, put here. Fire, from the fire, put here. Everything's like charge yourself. Just exactly our body is like kind of like cell phone. What different thing is cell phone, only charger, only one charger, right? Just plug it on the wall, just only one charger. That's enough. But in the 5 element practice charge, maybe 4 directions. From here, from there, from there, from there, 4 directions charge. Just signal through your body and more developing your energies. There's like charges, then most people, the energy lost, sometimes we say. Sometimes even we say soul is lost, or maybe soul, right? Why the soul lost? How do soul is losing? How is the soul is losing? Because the energies is decreasing of the 5 element. That time just bring 5 element practice, just bring here. As I told you about the example, first one is like a space, right? Just closing your eyes, gently, slowly, focus first from your space, then to bring the energy to your heart. When get that space, energy to your heart, everything is open. There's smiling. There's like joy. Extremely joy. Sometimes great bliss. Great bliss is you find from your heart when you make that space. You cannot make that space, you cannot find. Everything is like just that's it. Just normal life. Like crazy life. Or maybe like busyness life. Or maybe busy life. Maybe loneliness life. There's so many different sure. Yeah. So anyway, first of all, when you do practice about 5 elements, trying to bring the space, make a space. Then automatically, as I told you, spontaneously, all that another 5 elements just come here. Okay, so yeah, sure. So I was thinking a little bit of practice about the 5 elements, but do not have time.
Could you show us? Could you just show us?
No.
If we have more time, because I don't think there's anyone after you in this.
No, it's okay. But this is the time. Yeah, it's okay. Just, So, first of all, I would like to recommend, if you really want to do the practice about the 5 elements, just I'm going to talk a little bit how to do, right? So, do you practice about 9 breathing purifications? Then I don't know. So, like kind of like exercise for the channels. 3 channels, main 3 channels. The center channel is blue, and right channel is red, and the left channel is red. Or the conjunction of the 3 channels at your navel chakra, navel energy center. Then all this to divide from the left and right side, the channels goes to your nostril. You know that? Yes, right? Yeah. Okay, so that is actually like cleansing inside your channels. This is first level. How to do this 5 element practice. First of all, when you dealing or when you working with your right side channel, at that times, pay attention with what's inside your right channel. You can find there's anger. Anger emotions, you're inside of their right channels. Also, you pay attention in your left side. At that times, where you find it, your desire, your attachments. But I hope you do not greedy. So there's like attachment or desires you can find from your left channels. Then when you pay attention in your center channel, at that time what is there in the delusion or ignorance? Just like a smoking, like a chimney. Smoking from the chimney. Just pay attention in your center channels or everything's like going there. At that time, when you find it, that three poisons, we say three poisons, actually that's poison, right? Poisons. Then do like press your ring finger by your thumbs. It's like this. Touch it here. Inhale. After the inhale, okay, that's is one time. And also like this, in another time, again from your both nostrils, inhale slowly, gently. Also during the imagining, what you are going to bring out, what are you inhaling? Inhale. At that time, I say, remember 5 element practice. From the space energy, bring to your nostril to put the location at the heart. Idea is that one. Then both nostrils. Then try to relax on it. Maybe a few seconds, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 5 hours. So actually, time is not important. Yes, when I'm teaching about the practices, I'm saying time is not important. Because sometimes you're trying to stay on natural mind or trying to meditation within 5 elements. Okay, today I'm going to do 5 minutes, I'm going to do practice. Okay, like this, right? People doing like this. Okay. One minute. Okay, 3 minutes. Just only 2 minutes left. Right? Where did you go your practice? Yeah. Waste of time. What I'm saying here, time is not important during the practice. Actually, practice is timeless. Timeless. I think now, yeah. Looks like no question time. Okay. So yeah, only 2 questions. If you have, probably I say everything. So okay, 2 questions if you have. Yes.
You said the 5th element is space, but in Chinese acupuncture, it's metal.
Yeah, I know. That's different. Actually, 5 element practice, they're like astrologically 5 element practice. In a Dzogchen practice is different. Because like Chinese astrology, same thing, in Tibetan astrology also. There's like a metal or sometimes the gold within 5 elements. Because they are not using about the space. There's no space because they say only metal elements. That's the Chinese, from the Chinese 5 elements. Okay? Second, if you have. Yes.
So when you do this practice that you just showed us, is that what you were saying is your morning practice, or how often do you do that?
Yes. This actually, okay, maybe later we're talking about what I'm going to do early mornings, what I'm going to do practice. When you do practice, I'm recommendation here, early morning, better time. Even when you wake up at that time, just try to do practice. You know, at that times, because your mind is so fresh. Because why is that fresh, your mind? You know that? Because your 5 poisons still sleeping. That is reason. During the nights, you are sleeping, your 5 poisons are sleeping, but if you're aware, your awareness is all the time aware. Your awareness is never sleeping because that's awareness. But your 5 poisons be sleeping there. But when you wake up early morning time, and what I'm saying here is, do not think about what I'm going to do today, what I did yesterday, what I'm going to make for my breakfast. Do not think about it first. Just aware. Look to yourself. Space. That's the best time. When you find that space, or just later, then you can do that 9 breathing purification. Because I show only each 3 times, but you should do each 3 times. Right side 3 times, and left side 3 times, and from the both nostrils 3 times, which is like a 9 breathing purification. So imagine it's the same. From this side is anger, the connection very much about our emotions, the anger. And left side is like a connection very much about our attachments, each in 3 times. The center one is the delusion or ignorance. Each 3 times, 9 breathing purification. When done, then just leave it as it is. I talk about it. Maybe 5 minutes. That's early morning section. But I do more than. Sometimes I stay like 45 minutes. But that's depend to your time and it depend to the technique of the practice. Just slowly. Meditation is like great medicine for your health, inner health. If you really reach there, you do not want to take the vitamin C, vitamin B, what? So many pills you drinking, right? Eating, right? Vitamin, right? How to say? Vitamin? Yeah, vitamin C, vitamin B. You do not need it. Meditation is great vitamin C for your health, inner health and the outer health both. Thank you.